you want to see me evaluate some sharpening. So, good morning, I'm Bonnie Megowan. I have hundreds and hundreds of videos on YouTube, most of them showing about the sharpening, and a lot of them about this International Scissor Sharpeners Association, where I do evaluations, and we have a lot of members of it. And it's a simple evaluation. I mean, basically, do they cut? Is it convex? The convex is the bevel. The bevel, do the tips come together? You know, just basic sharpening, not anything huge. Now, what you see me sharpening on my videos, and I'll be doing one a little later today, is corrective sharpening, and that's too advanced. But you see my little fanny pack. I wear this most of the time. That's our logo for the International Scissor Sharpeners Association. And you can join without doing the evaluation, but I suggest do the evaluation. And you get a certificate and a card, and you're a member of an international group of sharpeners. I probably get, I'd say maybe a third of the ones I get in are usually from other countries, so it definitely is international. I'm going to use this person's name because he's already passed. It's John. And he passed, but he wasn't happy. I said, you may want to watch the video. He's number 39881 if you want to catch that video. And I said he passed with a B, but he passed. Well, he wanted to do better than a B, and I applaud him for that. So I'm reevaluating his shears. Now, there's a little story behind it. He sent this out, oh man, so it shows July on here. He sent this out a long time ago, and we thought we'd lost it, and I did another look. I asked Mystie, as I said, she's out on sick leave, so I'm doing everything this week. I'm really messing up some orders, so please be patient with me if you've ordered some things and I've screwed up a few things. I think I got most of it right. But he said that the tracking number showed we'd received it, and I couldn't find it. And so I asked Mystie, and she says, well, I think I put them on your desk. Well, I have a stack on my desk, but undoubtedly it got put in my basket. So I found it. So we're going to go over those. This one I'm hoping will go pretty fast. He's already passed, but I'm reevaluating it. So my first thing I do is I cut. And if they don't cut, they don't pass. I'm going to test on cheap toilet tissue. I'm going to test on hair. And test with the tissue dry, test with it wet. And let's see what happens. This is the convex edge. Least pressure possible. Pulling my thumb out. That's beautifully. Feels smooth. This one I don't expect to feel smooth because it is a beveled edge. You hear the crunch sound, but it's supposed to sound that way. Let's see how it cuts wet. So far, so good. See that? It's not cutting clean. Slow catches things, fast doesn't catch. Now this isn't cutting clean either. I think, John, you're going to stay with your B. See, this is one of the reasons why when I did the certification with the National Beauty Tools Sharpeners Guild, which is a much harder certification than what I'm doing here, I never did. I came in first place. I had the highest score. I've always had the philosophy, you know, don't go back and chance not winning or chance not doing as well. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Let's see how it cuts hair. Cuts nice. No pushing. That's nice, no pushing. Now that's tight. That one's tight. He's got a nice looking convex. I mean, it could have been polished a little bit nicer, but I mean, it's overall, I mean, this looks pretty good. Let me get my little magnifier out and you can see. See if we can figure out why it's not cutting well. I'm going to guess, if I had to guess, I think he's over polished the edge. Because, I mean, this looks so beautiful. Look how nice that edge looks. Isn't that nice? Ride line looks pristine. It cuts hair. It doesn't cut wet tissue, which means there's a little roughness in there. And when I put my thumb down here, I feel a nick. Right there's a nick. Nick right there. See, these didn't cut at the tip. Feel a nick there. If you don't have nails like me, there's a nick right there. If you don't have nails like me, you can actually take like a piece of plastic, run this down here, and I can definitely feel it with that. Now, when things don't cut a wet tissue, it means that you've left a nick behind. Or you've left a burr behind. I mean, usually that's what it is. Or the screw might be loose. Yep, there's the nick right there. And that nick, if there's slide cutting, it's going to catch. It's going to and catch a little bit. I don't feel the nick when I close it. Oh, let's try a couple of experiments with it and see if this fixes it. Two things I do first if shears don't cut is, number one, my handy dandy nail buffer. You can buy these at beauty supplies. We sell them. I like them because they tell me what grit. And I'm only looking at the 3000 grit. So I'm going to go over the edge, flat inside. See, I'm flat inside, kind of following the edge on the outside. I'm not right angles. And I always end up with the inside. Let's see if that helped. Sometimes it's just that minor. Magic. Either he's left it's moved out that nick, he left a little burr behind that I was almost invisible to feel, but that just smoothed over the edge. I don't know. Now this one, it was just a tip that didn't cut. Let's try the nail buffer on this. Oh, is this a magic wand or what? So, the lesson to be had in this is check for the nicks. Now, you can get away, if the nick is smaller than the hair they're cutting, you can get away with leaving some nicks behind. That's like little spots. If the nick is on the same place on both blades, it amplifies how that nick cuts, and that's probably why it didn't cut the wet tissue. But it cut hair okay, and your customers wouldn't have complained. The other thing, the nail buffer is a magic wand. I use this on my new shears. Sometimes people have been cutting with the shears, they kind of get a little bit worn, and it just brings the edge back. It's the 3000 grit. You don't go crazy with it. You're not going to use, well, I won't say you never use these other grits, because there's always occasions, but this is the side that you're using, and just smoothing over it, and it cut beautifully. I'm going to leave number 39881 with a B, but passing, and his customers should be happy. And you know, I've already sent his certificate, and he should have his ID card. I think by now we ordered those special, and he can proudly say he's a member of the ISSA. But use the magic of the nail buffer.